Good evening to you, and welcome to the Havoc Hour right here live from Zambrewski's, like we are every single week, as this is episode 2 of the 2025-2026 Havoc season, and we are about to get this thing underway. Now, if you are here this evening, it's kind of actually good that you are, because if you are somebody that likes the alcohol, and I say that kind of weird, we have $1 off beer for throughout the entire show. So from 6 to 7 tonight, there is $1 off as you can go up and you can enjoy that. Also, delicious food here. I'm personally a pizza guy, so I always knock out the pizza while I am getting ready for the show. But if you are not at Zambrewski's, the other way, obviously, is to watch the way in which you are right now, and that is on WZZN TV on YouTube. So the best part about it is this is kind of an evening that you can kind of hang out with us throughout the next hour, as we're going to be talking to the Havoc, not only the head coach, Stuart Stefan, but we're also going to be talking to the defensive linemen, that are teammates now on the same line, Terry Ryder and Ben Schultheis. Did I get it? Look at that. See, we've been working on this through the last 35 minutes or so on this. So I'll recap kind of what's happened since the last time that we've been on with the Havoc Hour. 1-1 so far this week. They picked up a win against the Birmingham Bulls, which obviously we always love. That one happening in overtime, and that also was the start of what is now a 5-game homestand with that win against Birmingham. Now there's 4 games left in this homestand after starting off the season pretty much on the road. 6-2 is how this team is going, and the cool part about it is that 6-2 also has them enough points to be in first place of the SPHL to kind of get everything going. But every single Havoc Hour is always brought to you by Minuteman Press. You can always go over there, whether it is you're needing business cards, you're needing anything for your business as far as pens, notebooks, any sort of imaging that you're kind of needing to do to promote your products. They are the ones to be going to that. They can do the pop-up banners like what we have right behind us that you're able to see on 97.7 ESPN The Zone's YouTube channel. And you can also, tablecloths that we have here, every bit of that has also come from Minuteman Press. So we appreciate those guys hopping on to kind of get this thing kicked off for the season. So here's how it works. We were just talking to you about it. Is we're on YouTube Live right now, which that's how you're watching if you're not watching in-house. And you can get those questions in, either for Coach Stu or you can get it in for the guys as we're about to get this going. It can be literally about anything. I mean, some of them I may not ask just because you just may not ask, but it can be about anything. Whatever you want to ask the guys, you absolutely can, because trust me, we've got some questions that we're going to be asking them as well, because these guys are 2 very interesting guys from 2 totally different parts of the United States, as one of them's probably majority of his life probably about an hour and a half away from Huntsville in Mount Juliet. So let's go ahead and get the Havoc Hour started. Start getting those questions in on WZZN TV. If you are here inside of Zambrewski's, you can also come up to the man in the Havoc jersey sitting in front of the laptop, and John Abraham, and you can get him to ask that question and shoot it to us as well. But this is all about you, and we will go all night. There's sometimes we've went like an hour and 15 minutes just because we've had so many questions. It's actually a true thing. I'm not really making that up. We actually have, because John's been looking at me telling me that we need to go ahead and get this going. But John Abraham is here, as well as his amazing girlfriend that's keeping him and me in line for the next hour to hour and a half. So when we come back, it's going to be the coach's turn. Let's talk about the number 1 team in the SPHL with the head coach himself, Stuart Stefan, on the Havoc Hour, live from Zambrewski's, courtesy of Minuteman Press. now from Zambrewski's inside of the Iceplex, which is basically just one massive construction zone. That is kind of what we're looking at, because no matter if you are pulling in off of Lehman Ferry or if you are coming through the John Hunt Park area, this facility is growing massively. And one thing that's going to be happening is right over here in front of us is about to be a brand new 2,500 seat arena that is that's going to possibly benefit the Havoc at points and times throughout the season. But the man joining me right here is the head coach of the Huntsville Havoc, and Stuart Stefan, as he is hopping in on here on week 2 of this. And Coach, I know you and I were talking about this off air, but we was talking to Coach P last week about, just assembling a team, just coming in and picking guys and all of that sort of stuff. Like, how early after a season ends do you guys start trying to put that roster and start like going with who's staying, who's going, and looking at who could possibly be coming in?
Yeah, it almost starts, even before the end of the season, come, probably January, February, you start looking at a lot of college guys, that are seniors kind of graduating from there. And you start compiling a list and talking to, coaches, agents, even our own players there, just kind of trying to get scouting reports on certain players. And, you just start to find guys that you want to bring in. Some you bring in at the end of the year, some, they go on long playoff runs in their college season anyways. So you don't really get the opportunity. But yeah, and then as soon as the season's kind of over, you're hoping it goes right to the end. But, obviously last year was, kind of a first round exit. And, you almost start talking to guys right away and trying to get guys, committed for the next season. Yeah.
And with that, I was also curious with the way that there's a lot of aspects to this. There's the scouting aspect. There's obviously what you were talking about with, putting the team together itself, and obviously what's happening in practice in the game. But for you, what part of this job do you actually cannot wait for the most in doing it? Because there are so many different hats that you have to wear for this organization.
Yeah, 100%. The part I love, again, today at practice, I thought we had a great practice, really enjoyed practice today. That's always the part I can't wait for, is getting on the ice, especially, like you said, after kind of a long summer there, just stepping on the ice for the first day of training camp. That's the best part, is being able to get out on the ice, seeing the guys, being able to talk to them, communicate, start teaching on the ice, to me is the best part, because, there's a lot of time during the summer there. You're doing scouting, you're setting up the bus schedule, you're setting up the hotels. There's all, the kind of things that...
you the travel agent too?
Well, luckily Ty, I get Ty to do a lot of the... Ty does the hotels, I do the bus schedule. We kind of divide and conquer a little bit, but there's definitely a lot of things that... you do besides just the coaching part of it too. So, yeah.
Well, and a lot of the coming together, you and I were talking before we came back on the air about how, close-knit a lot of times a team has to be able to play as many games together as what they do. Is that something that a coaching staff can work on and put them in situations that way? Or is that just something that you just cross your fingers and hope it comes naturally?
No, I think there's a couple different factors that go into it. One is, like I said, when we're recruiting guys and talking to coaches and agents and other players, it's we do a lot of homework on players. So again, we want to make sure that we're bringing in quality people. Some of the things we always look for in guys are good work ethic, obviously, but a good person off the ice. And then to me, guys that have been leaders in their schools before or in junior, college, anything like that, if they've been a leader in the past, a lot of times they're going to be a good person in the locker room. And then, as far as once guys get here, we do a lot of things like team building kind of activities. Every year at the start of the year, we go to, it's a place in Scottsboro, there's Camp Maranatha. Mm-hmm. We go out there, do a little, team bonding, a little retreat. We go out there for, a day or two, and, we they got some cabins out there. We stay in these cabins.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, not the nicest, but it brings the guys together. We do a bunch of activities out there. Some of it's fun, some of it's hard, but again, just helps bring the group together. And then every month we try to do something too where it's non-hockey related. Get the guys to we'll go to the escape rooms or go to Main Event, go to Top Golf, get the whole group together, and just try to do things like that as well.
All right. So who does the best at the escape room? Because that's a lot of teamwork, man.
Yeah, we haven't done it in a couple years, but we tried to set it up last year. It didn't work out, but I'm going to try to get that done this year. But, the best part is I'm a coach, so I don't actually do the rooms. I get to sit in the back and watch, and it is hilarious watching guys on the monitors and hear what they're saying and stuff like that. It can be pretty comical in the back there.
And with the escape room and you're watching on the monitors, that actually can it help you learn a little bit more about each one of the players?
Well, you get to see which guys are, maybe a little more, some guys are, you can see which guys are leaders, kind of take control. There's other guys that are, like it's not a bad thing, but some guys are followers and they'll sit back and, just kind of take instruction a little more too. So it's, it's always funny. And then you always get the guy that's kind of a goofball clowning around in there too. So, which is, you need that in a locker room too. You need a guy that like lightens the mood too. So.
He's the guy that sabotages the whole thing just on purpose because he's had like the key the whole time. He's like, guys, I don't know where this is.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I absolutely don't know what this is. Now, we are getting questions in, which you can obviously ask Coach Stu as well as we kind of go throughout this. And one of them was about the game on Sunday as well, and about the power play and how you guys improved the power play. You talked about how much you enjoy practice and all of that. After a game where the power play isn't as strong as what you would like it, is that something that you automatically focus on in the next practice, or is that just something that it comes with the schedule as how it goes? Yeah,
a little bit. We're always kind of tweaking it. Every single week we try to work on the power play at least, 2 days of, 1 or 2 days of practice. If it's, it's clicking along pretty good, then maybe you only touch on it one day. Like you said, if there's something, you think you need to work on, or, you're playing a different team that, maybe has a little bit different penalty kill. Like this past weekend, Evansville and Birmingham, they kill completely two different ways. So, it was kind of having a game plan for, Evansville and then a game plan for Birmingham. I think we went 1 for 4 maybe against Birmingham. But again, we had that one other power. I think, Weaves might have hit a post on one. We had some good looks on that one as well, too. So, pretty happy with the power play there on Sunday night.
Well, do you guys, look, we're 8 games into this. We were just talking about it with you guys being 6-2. And I look and I go, man, you already having to fill roster spots with, because players are leaving. Brisky goes out to Leafs and goes to Germany. Like, are you guys prepared for that this early in the year to go, all right, let me open up that book and start looking for somebody to fill a spot?
Yeah, I think you always have to be. You just never know what's going to happen between injuries. Obviously, Riss chose to go to Europe. ECHL starts calling, looking for guys. So, again, guys might get called up. So then you always need kind of the next guy up. And, so you're constantly on your phone, always, talking to guys, and just making sure that, if something does happen, that you're always ready for the next move.
Matthew wants to know, last year's motto was kind of full throttle. Do you have one for this year already, or is that another thing that just kind of evolves throughout the season?
No, yeah, we have one every year. So this year it's choose your hard. So, it's kind of, you always kind of have 2 choices. And which one are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the one, maybe the easy path, the easy way, that's probably not going to get it done, or are you willing to choose kind of the harder path that usually leads to, success in the end? So, it's, choose your hard, because it's, it's hard to win in this league, but at the same time, to me, it's even harder to lose is kind of our, no one wants to lose. So, but again, it's a hard thing to do to lose. So why not choose the path that, is, it's hard to win, but again, there's a way to do it. So that's kind of our motto this year.
Well, and Byron asked the question because we just mentioned that you guys did win in overtime against the Bulls. And so a lot of fans don't understand how you go through your 1 through 5 on trying to figure out who's going to be going out there. Is with the list, first off, how is that determined by you guys? Is this something you practice every single week and see who's hot, or how's it go?
Yeah, pretty much, it'll be, so like this Thursday, we got a game Friday, right? So on Thursday, we always do a shootout. It's kind of the last thing we do a shootout. One, it's fun. Guys enjoy doing it. Maybe not the goalies so much, but, the guys enjoy doing a shootout. You get to go in on a breakaway and try to score a goal. So guys love it. But at the same time, as coaches, we're kind of sitting there evaluating, it's like who, maybe who was hot, or who's, is a good shooter, scores like kind of constantly week to week too. So, and then, obviously in that game there, we chose the 5. Well, we only needed 4 guys actually, but scored 3 out of the 4 goals. So
it's not bad.
Not bad.
Got a good practice on Thursday, didn't you?
And then Willie too. Willie made all 3 saves too, so that was awesome too.
Yeah, and so that's how Byron answers your question right there in this. And so you were talking about the cabin experience and going up into the woods, and we're about to let you roll through this. What are some of the things that you guys do up there, the fun activities that you guys do? Because you're in cabins in the woods, and honestly, it's giving me kind of Friday the 13th vibes. But I'm just curious about what all kind of stuff you guys do up there to kind of do that kind of bonding.
Yeah, so this year, I think we got up there the first night. We had dinner up there and stuff like that, and then we do some stuff. We call it classroom stuff. Basically, we're just in we split the team into kind of 4 groups too, so it makes it a little more of a competition as well. But we just, I don't know, there's just some games that we played up there. I don't know, kind of hard to explain, but it's just like teamwork games.
Yeah.
And then, also talk about kind of our culture, how we want to be this year, our standard, essentially. And then we just did we did trivia night. You know what I mean? Me and Ty put together trivia and just do some trivia. It's fun for the guys. They enjoy it. And the next day got up, had breakfast, and then we headed down. There's kind of like a big open area, field, and we do a whole bunch of things there. So some of it's putting the guys through a bit of a workout too, because we're off the ice for a couple days. So we're like, hey, you guys got to get a workout in too. And then again, just doing a bunch of competitions, and all of it's basically teamwork. So, I think one of the funniest ones I liked this year was, I brought each guy had a stick, but they were blindfolded and they had a stick handle through an obstacle course, right?
Oh, good heavens.
But it was a communication. So, if my eyes are closed, you got to communicate to me. So you're talking to me, like, hey, left, right. Oh, you lost the puck. You got to find it. So a lot of it's just communication and team-based stuff like that.
Like over-communicating so they can keep up with what's going on a lot of times, right?
Well, yeah, you always need to communicate on the ice, right? So making sure guys are doing it. And it's funny because I had one team. They had, I think there's 5 guys on the team. So they had 4 guys barking at one guy, hey, go left. So that guy's probably just in absolute panic mode.
God,
right?
I'm overwhelmed just thinking about them 4 all doing
but
that.
Some other teams, they just hey, you're the one guy that's going to communicate, and it went way smoother. You know what I mean?
Got you.
It's just interesting to see some of that stuff too. So.
All right, well, Coach, we're going to let you go. We're going to get these guys going in. Obviously, Ryder's been with us last year as well. But tell us about our new guy from Mount Juliet that you guys brought in.
Yeah, Ben. He was a guy that, again, we've had a few guys come through from Utica College here, so he was there last year, and it was a guy that we kind of, we're looking at towards the end of the year, reached out to the coach, had awesome things to say about him, and, he's come in this year, kind of had a bit of an injury there, but, again, I think he's kind of worked through that, but, just a really solid defenseman for us, works his tail off, too, so, excited to see him moving forward.
2 guys that need to communicate because they're on the same D-line together? Were they working together in some of that exercises over in the mountains?
I'm not sure if they were paired up together or not, but I think they've been paired up together on the ice a little bit. So maybe,
absolutely.
I got to make sure they're communicating. So
well, Coach, we appreciate it. Obviously, always do. You can continue getting those questions in as we are here inside of Zambrewski's. We're going to wrap up with Coach Stu now, and then when we come back, let's talk about the D-line as we got 2 defensemen about to be joining us here in just a few moments on the Havoc Hour on WZZN TV at 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Tom Abraham here from Dad, student loans, etc. Then refi when the rates drop. Don't put off that new home purchase. When rates drop, prices will go up. Buy now and get the best price and then refi when the rates drop. This is the time to talk to the experts at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com for more information.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Hello, listeners. My name is Jonathan Dunwoody, and I own Minuteman Press. We are a full-service print shop that is locally owned and operated. I have personally been handling direct mail for over 17 years and have a great relationship with the USPS. We are the only print shop in the area that is listed as a print provider on their website and the only printing franchise that can use their logo as our partner on marketing materials. We can help from conception to design, print, and delivery to the post office. And with our easy, secure online payment option, you don't even need to leave your office. Minuteman Press, we're not just putting ink on paper, we're building relationships.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Continuing with the Havoc Hour on WZZN TV. Joe Hunk, as I am joined by, do they call you D-Line 2, D-Line 1? Do you guys actually have numbers on your lines? Or is it like, how's that go out with you guys? Whenever they're looking at when you're looking at the starting lineups.
They just kind of put pairs together and just kind of roll with it.
That voice that you hear is one Terry Ryder, who is a veteran now of the Havoc Hour, because we've only got one of those right now, and he is being joined by the newest Havoc member, one of the newest Havoc members, as Ben Schultheis joins us. Schultheis, right? Because we've had other people that have been asking the same question, because some people want to say Schultheis, and I know that's not right.
Yeah, no one gets it right.
Yeah, nobody ever does. So Schultheis is that it is. So with Terry being here, he's from Michigan, so he's a northerner. For people that don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours down the road.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hour drive down the road from Mount Juliet. What was it like growing up in Tennessee, being a hockey player, when everybody else obviously is football, basketball, and all that sort of thing?
A lot of driving. We only had a couple ice sheets in Nashville. Kind of got into it. My brother's friend down the street played roller hockey. So my brother just started playing. He was older than me, so I just kind of, followed him up, played all the sports that he did, and got into hockey. Played roller hockey for a lot of my younger childhood, and then transitioned to ice, I think around 8 or 9, something like that. So, is
there a learning curve between roller and ice? Is there a massive difference between the two?
I'd say it's a lot different, just because of the edge work in ice hockey is different. You're on wheels in roller, so yeah, getting used to using your edges is definitely different than roller.
Where do you play roller hockey in Nashville at?
Oh man, there's rinks everywhere. There was one actually in Mount Juliet for a while until I was 9 or 10, and then it turned into an Ace warehouse. So we started there, and there's rinks up in Hendersonville and in Laverne. So there's rinks all over. Okay, so now did you grew up always playing ice hockey? Was there ever the roller hockey for you too?
Yeah, I never played roller hockey. It was just always ice hockey.
Yeah, I mean, outside of watching the Mighty Ducks, I don't think I've ever actually seen roller hockey even in Huntsville. So that's the way it is now. With Terry, with you being now, it's kind of like you're the veteran between the two of you. Are you having to give him advice on some things that he's seeing in his first year, or how's that going since you've been with the team a little bit longer?
No, I just try to lead by example.
He
looks up to me for sure. So yeah, just doing the right things. He'll see. He does a great job already. There's not really much.
Okay, now be honest. Do you have to? Does he?
What was that?
He says he leads by example. Is that true?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, TR is definitely the guy that leads by example.
You're not a talker?
I'm not much of a talker.
I don't know many hockey players that are not talkers. How is that? I mean, you say you lead by example on this. How does that go about on the ice between you two? Because, again, for people that don't know, I say they're on the same line together. So you guys are having to communicate that, with that. So how is that for somebody that's a non-talker to have to communicate? We coach over.
On the ice, you got to be a talker.
Yeah.
Communicate pretty well. I don't know, just for Schultz and I, we just kind of, read the game pretty similar. I think we think alike out there, so we kind of know where each other are at, kind of right off the bat.
Okay. So with that going in, is there a chemistry thing that you guys have had to do off the ice to kind of also help you on the ice?
I definitely felt it coming in a little later into camp. I definitely felt the chemistry right away with Terry, and yeah.
So somebody says that instead of calling you by your last name, they just call you Benny?
Yeah, Benny, Schulte, whatever.
Okay, Schulte. And so what is normally you go with? I mean, because yours is easy. I mean, it's Ryder. So I don't think they call you Rides. Okay, you see the TR is the way they have it. Okay, so there's TR with that. Now, I'll always kind of start off with this question because Zach always likes to ask this: is favorite pre-meal or post-game meal? Because post-game, obviously, a lot of times the Booster Club and stuff provides that for you guys, but pre-game. I mean, are you fries and making sure that everything is just the most healthiest, homegrown, grass-fed?
Yeah, I mostly steak and sweet potatoes, kind of my go-to. Maybe a little broccoli every once in a while, but steak and sweet potatoes definitely staple of my pregame.
Honestly, Fries rubbed off on me.
Oh, God bless it.
I'm on the beef train.
Beef, the ground beef, all grass-fed?
Yeah, all grass-fed.
Where do you go to shop for that stuff?
You can get it at Walmart.
Really? Yeah. They have that stuff there?
Oh,
little section.
There's a grass-fed section? Mm-hmm. I didn't know there was a grass-fed section on there. Mm-hmm. Huh. Did not know. Now, here's the thing. Why does your profile everywhere say Kalamazoo when you're from Grand Rapids?
Probably just youth hockey. I just said, birthplace. I was born in Kalamazoo.
In Kalamazoo?
But, no, I grew up in a town called Byron Center. It's 15 minutes south of Grand Rapids.
Okay. See, because it was, a lot of times I talk about how much I like to Facebook stalk and Instagram. He's smart. He still hasn't made his
Yeah,
stuff
I let
private.
you follow me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate that now. Now I was able to look at your
Yeah,
stuff. It helps
yeah.
me out with this sort of thing. He, on the other hand, his is public, so that's all good. So we got some questions for you on there. But yeah, the whole Kalamazoo thing, I started reading into it, and I was going, man, I got some awesome Kalamazoo questions. Yeah, no, there's none of that. We'll just have to talk about national championship or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rings a
'cause-
bell.
yeah, with that, does he wear the ring around the house or anything? Like,
No,
is
he
it,
doesn't.
God bless it, man. You really aren't a talker, are you?
No, I didn't bring the ring, but it's safe at home for sure.
So with that and going back to it, do you ever, like, for people that don't know, he won a national championship with Adrian in 2022, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. With that, around that time of year, whenever you start seeing the Frozen Four and all the other tournaments that are kind of all around colleges and everything, and you know, like, do you start getting, like, start thinking back about, 2 and 3 years ago, where you were on this day, where you were on that day, that sort of thing?
Yeah, little things just kind of remind you of that for sure. Right around March, you start tuning in to all the colleges and stuff and just seeing how the tournament's going. But yeah, so think about it every once in a while.
Okay, so Dusty wants to ask a question. Says all the way from Superior, Wisconsin,
Yeah.
as well. Says, do you have a pregame song that you like to listen to? And I'll ask you same one on this one.
Pre-game song?
Pregame song. I mean, what's so whenever John and myself are doing the Blitz, we interview football players every single week, and we always say, look, man, I want to know the song that you are listening to, that it is the last one that you're like, this is the one that gets me the most ready to go for you guys on the sheet right before you hit the ice.
I'm honestly not too superstitious with that. Just kind of whatever the day brings. Sometimes it could be some EDM, sometimes it could be some pop. Other times, maybe it's country. I don't know, just whatever the day brings.
So what is it? What are the songs? Do you have anything in particular, any artists?
Oh man, you gotta rock some Tate McRae every once in a while.
Okay.
That one's for Dusty right there.
Okay.
Just some rock too sometimes. Maybe rock would probably be like Monster by Skillet. That one
Okay,
gets
see
me
now
going.
my son loves that song. He literally loves it just for the yelling. He loves to do
Yeah,
that.
when I was a kid, I loved that too.
See,
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? Like just the yelling. So we have like a playlist for him that's just angry songs. The ones he can just yell whenever he wants to. Monster is number one on there.
Yeah.
See, so now Ben, what about you?
I honestly don't really have one either. Like, I was always taught as a kid, like, you kind of just listen to what all the guys are listening to in the locker room, so you're not really just in your own world. So Reggie plays our aux before the game, and he's always got really good mixes on there. So whatever he brings, I like.
Okay. So for you guys, with being in the defense, is it more of a thinkers or is it more of an emotion? Like, how do you guys kind of balance that? Because some sports, obviously, quarterback is a thinking position. Catcher in baseball is a thinking. What about defense? How's that work? Is that more thinking, or how do you guys go about that?
I always think that, like, as a defenseman, you have to think a little bit more out
Yeah.
there, just on breakouts, and kind of positioning is more important than as forwards, I think, personally. But it's a healthy mix. Like, you don't want to be thinking too much out there and not reacting quick enough and overthinking the game, I would say.
Yeah, I think, we try to read the play as much and kind of anticipate plays that are going to be happening, and just kind of doing our thing, not thinking too much. I feel like we've been around, we know a lot of the scenarios going on, so we just kind of go as it.
All right, we have a question from Preds fan 9329, and you can keep going in with your questions as well on YouTube as we go along over the course of the next few minutes or next 20 minutes or so. Is Ben, first home game, what was it like coming out on the ice?
It was awesome. Like, for a Sunday, I thought it was going to be a little bit less of a crowd, but it was almost sold out, and they were loud and supportive, and yeah, I loved it. The music, the stuff they do with the fans is awesome, and just it's a show out there, so it's awesome.
No, and that's and with you, I think we've even talked to you about when you came out for your first one, because it's a whole different world. Like it really kind of is. It's like almost Huntsville's on an island when it comes to hockey. And I mean, from being from Mount Jewett, it's just like it's all football, and then boom, there's this little bitty speck of areas that just love hockey in this. And so this is kind of one of them. And so, I mean, I was trying to remember, like with you when you came out your first one, did you kind of have a similar way with that? Is it, coming out on the ice for the first time?
I just remember it being very special. A packed crowd, nothing like I've ever experienced before. So it's always fun going out.
Before you guys came to Huntsville, what was the biggest crowd you guys ever played in front of?
Maybe 1,200.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, because you guys are playing in venues like this.
Maybe like in juniors, maybe 2,000.
Yeah.
Tops, 3,000.
What about you? Because you spent time at Ferris.
Right now. Probably Mankato, honestly, probably had the biggest crowd. They were like almost 5,000. Yeah, they would pack. Western had a really good crowd when we played them. Yeah, so a couple thousand probably.
All right, so because I can Facebook stalk and Instagram and X and all that, you took a trip to Spain. When was that trip to Spain that you went on?
So that was at the beginning of last year with Utica University. So we were able to go over there and play some Magnus teams, some pro teams over there, and it was on the coast of France and Spain, so absolutely gorgeous views. And we stayed over there for about 10 days, played 4 teams over there, and yeah, it was just an awesome trip.
So what was it like going to Spain to play for that and going and doing all that stuff?
Like how the hockey was?
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I mean, it was good pro hockey. We also got, the last day we were in Madrid, so we got to go to a Real Madrid game. So that was pretty special as well.
So you went to Real Madrid. Do you remember the score?
They won. I think it was like 2-3 nothing.
3-0.
It was Kylian Mbappe's first game for them, though, so
yeah,
that was pretty cool to watch.
The reason I asked is because once I saw it, I was like, okay, because my first thought is, all right, well, was Messi there? And I'm like, okay, when did Messi go to Miami? When was all this was? How would you compare like a soccer atmosphere to other things? Because this is Real Madrid. I mean, this is what, like top 2 or 3 atmospheres.
Yeah, no, it was pretty rowdy. And that stadium was just state of the art, and it was so cool to see. So I'm glad we got to experience that.
Is that like the first time you've ever went out of the country to play, or how does that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Canada a bunch of times, but I don't really consider that like out of the country.
It's basically like a 51st
But yeah, that
state.
was my first time overseas and seeing how they play over there. So,
where would you want to go if you could go, but not hockey related at all? But just
travel anywhere?
Just travel. Because, again, you went to Spain. That kind of opens your eyes like, wait a second, this overseas traveling is not so bad.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, Italy, I want to do like Mediterranean, like bounce around the Mediterranean for sure. Australia would be pretty cool, like Golden Coast. That sounds fun. Yeah, I'd really take a trip anywhere, honestly.
Just go anywhere.
Take anywhere.
Ryder, you got it. Where would you want to go?
Probably Sweden. I heard they have a great culture there. But no, actually in juniors I played with a bunch of guys that were from there, so I think it'd be really cool to go visit them and kind of see the country.
See the Australia one. I've seen way too many pictures of like what animals and spiders and snakes and all that look like in Australia, and they're like the size of this table. I don't know if I could handle that.
I could take a safari, but I wouldn't want to be.
I feel like you kind of get that here in a way too.
Well, you do to an extent. Like, what was the biggest one? Like something like that. What you're talking about that you kind of get here and you're like, I don't know.
I don't know. Coming down here, just like the poisonous snakes or like alligators or big spiders.
Okay, now the big spiders.
I saw one the other couple weeks ago, and it's pretty big.
So is that like a phobia?
Not a phobia. You don't get that much in Michigan.
Well, yeah, because it's like 10 degrees in there. Do you have a phobia? I need to be honest now.
Yeah, no, I will be. Flying insects that sting, like hornets, wasps, it's always my whole life I've just been like deathly afraid of them. But like, it's gotten better as I've gotten older a little bit, but it's still there.
Do you still get like into karate chop mode whenever there's like one of those things coming
I just turn the other way, walk away slowly. They say if you don't panic, that's the best way to go about it, so that's what I do.
Okay. All right, now here's about to be a challenge because, again, following and looking at some of your socials, saw that obviously you are a golf fan and Tiger Woods fan, am I right?
Yep.
Okay, so instead of talking about Tiger and all that, I want you to rank the GOATs. I mean, when we talk about GOATs of every sport, again, you just went to Real Madrid, so you know about the whole Messi thing. Rank the GOATs 1 through 4. Just go
golf?
Period.
So I'm not
every sport.
Yeah. Every sport.
Every sport. Like if you want to say this is the go, like this is the go to baseball, this is the go to basketball, this is the go to hockey, and this is the GOAT of those GOATs.
The GOATs of the GOATs.
GOATs of the GOATs.
Gotta go Brady 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tom Brady 1.
Okay.
MJ 2 maybe.
MJ 2. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Wayne 3.
I would say like Federer. Yeah, I would say Wayne. Put Wayne Gretzky 3rd, and then I put like Federer 4th probably.
See, I was wondering about when you would start getting into like even like tennis and all those because we don't ever think about those, and so
I think you would either put Floyd Mayweather or Federer there because I think like those sports are just, you have to be such an athlete
Right.
and just a top performer. So, yeah.
Well, how do you consider, like, speaking on that, because you guys did this kind of together, how do you guys determine GOATs of, like, defense? Like, how is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody studies everybody. You talk about Brady, all quarterbacks are studying what Brady did. Everybody's studying what MJ did. How do you guys study how to be better defensemen, and who is the GOAT of defense?
I think it's such a hard challenge. It's a tough question because there's like offensive defensemen, there's like defensive defensemen, and there's all-around defensemen. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's the criteria you kind of got to look at defenseman-wise. I'd say Yossi just because I'm from Nashville and I've grown up watching him and Shea Weber, so those are my two favorite Preds probably of all time.
What about
Me, growing up watching Lindstrom, I'd have to put him up there for the GOAT for defense.
Okay.
But I think to learn, you just kind of watch NHL games. You look at top guys in the league, what they're doing. You kind of just pick their game apart and see where you could try some things and what they do, and kind of compare yourself in a way to them, and what your decisions you make to.
Yeah.
So John on YouTube has a question for us. You guys can make sure that you get your questions in as well, simply by just, obviously you're watching the feed right now. All you got to do is just go in that comment section, throw your question down. He wants to know, are you a Harry Potter or a Star Wars guy?
I like them both, honestly.
Okay.
I feel like I really like Star Wars growing up, big fan. But around fall and stuff, Thanksgiving time, it was always just like binge Harry Potter.
Oh, really? With
Yeah.
Thanksgiving? Okay, see, I didn't think about that. See, I like that. I like that plan because I like Potter. So that's the reason why, Ben.
I would say Harry Potter. I love Star Wars, but they just kind of fell off. I felt like for the last couple of movies, and Harry Potter just kind of got better as the movies kept going. So
would you consider yourself like a Potterhead? Like, would I be able to ask you? Okay, just double checking
not at all.
on the two. All right, he followed that up with another one of your favorite childhood movies.
Probably Miracle on Ice, classic. You got to go with that one.
I would say Miracle, and then I had Sandlot as my second probably.
Got you. Okay, so Sandlot, do you know, by the way, speaking of multiple things, do you know that there are multiple people with your name that play other sports?
I don't know.
So I was looking this up earlier today, and whenever you put in Ben Schultheis, there is another one that's playing for Gardner Webb, and he plays soccer for Gardner Webb, and he was like the player of the week a couple of weeks ago.
Good for him, man.
And I had to double check. Like, he had to put up the side-by-side of the pictures and go, no, these are different people. Like, I know these are different people. Like, they have to be on it. But I was double checking because you mentioned baseball, and I'm going, I know that on your stuff you say you like golf and fishing and all that. What is your other, like, loves and passions like that?
Yeah. I mean, like sports I grew up playing, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, anything like that, even outside of it. I mean, whatever you go, you know what? This right here is fun. Again, man sitting across from me is a huge gamer, and he's got his own video game streams and all that sort of stuff he does, so anything.
Yeah, I've never really been a big gamer, but I don't know. Hanging out with the boys, I guess would say, like watching movies, like TV shows, love doing that. Probably seeing about everything there is now on TV, so yeah, I would say that's stuff I like to do.
What about you?
I like golf, like golfing, fishing, I like baseball.
Who would be the better
Music.
fisherman between you two?
I think I got him.
You think so?
Have y'all went?
I don't know.
I was about to say, have y'all ever went?
It
but
depends where you fish, though, because like if you fish up north in Michigan, like most of the lakes are all clear. I love Michigan fishing just because you can look down, see where the ledges are, put your bait right there, and hit them. But in Tennessee, it's a little bit more murky water, so you got to use more of the technology to kind of find out where they're at.
I wouldn't claim I'm a great fisherman. I'm a pretty good caster, though. Can cast the line.
Look, based on the way he just answered this question, I'm going to say him. He just broke down how to look at the pond, okay? Like it was, so you need to look for the clear and see how clear it is. And I'm just going, dude, I throw it in and just pray for the best.
Yeah, I love fishing.
Okay, so like which one would you be a fisherman if you didn't play hockey? Like, is it that big of a passion?
Like pro?
Yeah.
No, definitely not. Not like that crazy, but me and my brother bought a bass boat. I mean, we've fished my entire life on the bank, but he just got one like 2 years ago, so we go out on that all the time.
Got you. Okay, so somebody asked this question. I was wanting to double check I didn't miss it. They said, do you stream video games? I was like, wait a second.
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I was about to say, because I was pointing at John. I was like, wait, I know John does, who's here running everything. And I was going, wait a second. Did you say that you did at some point? And I just totally missed that?
No.
All right, so you've only been able to go to a few SPHL barns, and obviously you as well with your time here. But outside of your own, so you can't say the VBC, you can't say any place that you obviously were playing college at, what would be your favorite barn that you ever played in that was not your own? This is a question, by the way, that's coming in from Laura.
Mine's a pretty easy answer, Western Michigan. When I was at Fair State, when we go there, we always like open the year there, and so it was their home opener, and they would just be so rowdy and just an incredible atmosphere.
I'd probably have to go with Lake Placid.
Okay, see, that's just cheating. I mean, that's just cheating. I mean, we know why, but I mean, that's just cheating.
Well, not besides that winning it there, but you just walk in and just all the history that's been there, you can just feel it.
I was about to say, can you just feel it walking in?
You can feel the energy. You can feel the past, just like all the great moments that's happened there. It was pretty special regardless.
When I went to Yankee Stadium for the first time, like I went in 2008, it's one of those places that when you walk in, like the ghosts just like hit you in the chest, and you're just going, wow, I remember this happened there, and you start doing. Did you do that with Lake Placid?
I mean, I wasn't there for any of those moments. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, heck, none of us were.
No, like they had a locker room that they kind of got dressed in, obviously, and you had to walk by that, and you like, oh yeah, this is where the magic happened. But like the whole arena just had an aura to it.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Where would you guys want to go just for the historical significance? Doesn't have to be sports. I mean, doesn't even have to be. Just where would you want to go? Just be like, it's amazing that
Probably
I'm staying.
Gettysburg. I haven't been there yet.
I love your answers.
Yeah.
It is. It's just.
That's just the first thing that popped in my head. But I don't know. There's a lot of cool things. But I think that's one thing in the U.S. that I haven't done yet that I definitely want to do.
What about?
Honestly, like growing up, it was Lake Placid, so it was like honestly.
So you've already done yours.
It was a dream come true.
So do you have a second one? The reason I ask is because like you talk about you love music. You always have those 2 or 3 bands that you say I want to see before I die. And so for me, it was Garth Brooks. Like even though I'm not as big of a country fan as I used to be, like it was like that man was the reason why stadiums now do stadium shows. It was that Garth Brooks. And so I want to say it was 2 years ago he performed like 2 shows back to back at Nissan Stadium. Mm-hmm. And so I went to one of those, and I was like, my wife looked at me and she goes, so like, what's your number one now? I was like, so I got to get a new number one because he was my top one. So I'm curious, now that you've done the Lake Placid, where would be that next one that you're like, all right, this is the next place that I know that I would love to go to?
It'd probably have to be like a sports venue. I think it'd be pretty cool to go to like Fenway or Yankee Stadium. I don't know.
What about you? You
that
said
was on the spot.
Yeah, it was on the spot.
I'd have to think about it.
I mean, absolutely, because how much have you traveled? Because I can hear the way in which you answered that you have traveled a lot to a lot of these places like this. Like, how much do you travel like throughout your life? Because it sounds like you've been to a lot of places.
Well, I've lived in a lot of different places: Tennessee, Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin for a little bit, Iowa, New York, and now Alabama. So I've kind of been all over the place in my career. So.
Is it all for hockey? Is every one of those for hockey?
Every one of those has been for hockey. So.
Wow. Okay, so in those areas right there, what is, you said you want to go to Gettysburg and that. Do you feel like it would be one of those places that would just be like, you're looking at it and you're not, like, would you be excited? Like, that's what I'm just kind of, because some of those places just one of those, like, aura places.
No, I don't think I'd be excited at all.
Yeah.
It'd be more just like a reverence or a respect for the place.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, the museums just staring at the fields, but probably just the feeling of walking out there, knowing what happened out there would be pretty cool to experience.
Have you ever went to some of the battle areas around like Franklin and some of those areas?
I've seen them, but they don't have a bunch of like stuff built up for them. So, but they have like all the signage out there and all that. There's like a Civil War trail through Nashville, I think. So, yeah. Okay,
so you have that now. Zach wants to know. Because we have Thanksgiving coming up in a few weeks, and both of you guys are not going to say some weird Canadian food. I don't think. So Canadian or not Canadian, but Thanksgiving foods. What are you like, and what do you enjoy on Thanksgiving?
It's a nice ham.
Okay. So
Nice
ham over turkey?
I like ham over turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm more of I like the ham too. And sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. And then probably like squash casserole. I would say those are two of my favorites.
All right, so now I got to ask, because I'm seeing a trend with him. You just love sweet potatoes.
I do love sweet potato, yeah. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact.
Yeah, it is definitely a sweet potato guy.
Yeah.
So, like, are you like Forrest Gump on this thing? Like, can you name all the different types of sweet potato stuff that you could do?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. So you love sweet potatoes, like sweet potato before games and all that, and the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on it and all that. What about like sweet potato fries?
Yes, absolutely. Every time I go to a restaurant, I get those instead of fries if they have them.
I'll admit I'm a kicker for that one too.
Yeah.
I am all on board. All on board for that one. That one right there, I'll take that over it. There's a restaurant. It's like a fast food chain down in Birmingham. It's called Hamburger Heaven, and they do sweet potato fries. But here's the kicker: because you're in Alabama, they give you like icing that you would normally put like on top of like cinnamon rolls or something.
Unbelievable.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is in that one on there. So as we're continuing on this one, I was curious as well, because with you took a picture of your parents and you wished them a happy anniversary. Again, a lot of Facebook stalking. Okay. In front of the Ford, was it the Ford Motor Company, like their museum?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
I can't remember. It's something Village. But they have like a bunch of, my dad loves that kind of stuff. He'd go to any museum in the world. And my mom just tags along. But
when it makes him happy, yeah, sure, let's go.
Yeah, they have like the Thomas Edison exhibit out there. They've got a bunch of different stuff that you can walk around. I think we only got through like maybe 25% of the museum all day. Like we were there for hours.
Really?
It's huge. But yeah, it was just a great day with them. So.
Okay, so we have another question that it may take a moment to think. Now, this is, and the only reason I'm setting you up for this, because, you know, everybody has that hill that they're willing to die on with a take about anything. You know, like if you ever listen to the Blitz, the hill I'm willing to die on is that the first round of the college football playoff should never be should always be at the stadiums.
100%.
The entire college football playoff should be at stadiums, not at bowl sites. Like that's my hill that I'm willing to die on. What is a hill that you're willing to die on that people don't know about? And this is a question coming in from our YouTube chat that we have going. I told you it was a thinking question.
Okay, yeah, I got it already. Breaking Bad is the best show ever.
Oh,
I'll die on that hill.
Okay.
Oh no.
See, now that one.
And
Also,
that's
I don't
hard
know
for
how
me because I love like Sopranos, Game of Thrones, all that, but I'd still put Breaking Bad up there.
I love Breaking Bad as well. Like I love Game of Thrones, but Breaking Bad was good until the end. Like it was every single episode. Breaking Bad was legit.
I've never seen Breaking Bad, but I'm a big
Oh,
Game of
come
Thrones
on,
guy.
man. Who doesn't want their...
We'll fix that.
Yeah,
We'll fix
man,
that.
seriously. It's about a science teacher who could have done anything. He could have done a car wash for just to try to get money for his family and for his like cancer treatment, and instead he chooses the path that I'm sure everybody would choose, and that's to go be a drug dealer. Like, who wouldn't choose that path? I mean, it's the most random thing in the world because he was like a chemistry teacher, right?
Yeah, he could have gotten out after his first couple like deals too, but he got addicted to the power of it.
No, exactly. And he becomes this like, he starts off as this like dorky science teacher that everybody was like, oh yeah, there's Mr. White. Like it was one of those. And then by the end of it, like you are terrified by this guy. Like he has made a total 180 shift. It has such a following on it that because it was filmed in Arizona, I believe, or is it New Mexico? One of those two. That they now have tours of all the different places that it filmed. Like it's one of those. Like it's one of that. So his is Breaking Bad. It's hard for me to disagree with you on that. So I'm kind of, ooh, that one's good.
All right, mine, it'd probably be the whole NIL thing going on.
Okay, now this is what I like.
Interesting, yeah.
This one's good.
See, for me, like I think you should go to school because you want to go to school and for school pride, and played for your college and your student body. Like that should be enough. Not going for the moolah.
I mean, look,
I feel like it's over like out of hand. Same with like the transfer portal. That stuff's crazy. So I'd have to go with that.
Okay, so now, and here's interesting is because we all three played at different levels. I mean, obviously you played D1, D3. You obviously had your national championship. I played D2. And so we're all looking at this, and we all had different experiences with how much money or tuition or anything like else that was given. Like for you guys, did y'all ever have spending money like that for wherever you were playing? Because, again, a lot of schools, hockey's not high up on the pecking order.
No money.
No money at
No
all.
money at all.
No, trust me, I'm with you. I had none, okay?
I mean, at Ferris, we were able to get on scholarships. So that was a plus, and you'd have some money left over from that, but nothing like that you would go out and just, it was mainly just for your living expenses. That's all it covered. So, like, I was able to be okay with that, but I wouldn't be able to go out and make any purchases or anything with that kind of money.
So what about stipends? What did you guys get? Did y'all ever get stipends for like when you're going on the road and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, they would do a little bit of per diem, like for meals and
per
stuff.
diem
If they weren't providing those meals, we would get a couple bucks for that, but not, again, nothing
like literally
crazy.
a couple bucks?
Yeah.
How much? Be honest. Now, and here, there's a reason I'm asking, because I remember how much we would get on our trips, so that's why I'm curious.
Honestly, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was probably like anywhere from $15 to $20 for a meal. So you spread that out over however many meals you're going to get that weekend. That's probably what we would get.
Okay, see, that actually is kind of what it was for me. It was $20. You got to deal with this through the entire road trip.
Yeah, they weren't just handing out cash. Like,
no.
There had to be a reason for it.
Yeah, and so at Adrian, then they didn't.
Yeah, we didn't know per diem. They'd get us like food pregame, like meals and stuff. But the only time we ever got anything was for meals, like when everybody was on like Christmas break and we were still on campus. We'd get a little bit, but besides that.
So like all three of us are sitting here looking at how much money NIL-wise everybody's making. You're going, what the heck? Like, what? I mean, seriously, because now guys are getting millions, and I don't know about what is hockey NIL like? Because, I mean, I know you just came from that kind of world, and, you're obviously a couple more years removed from it, but you were at the beginning of this because it happened in, like, what, 21, I believe, was the first year of it?
Yeah, I think I was a sophomore or junior when it kind of was going about. But for D3, there's no NIL going around.
Even for, like, the lower Division ones, like, there's really not any. There's just such a gap right now between, like, say at Penn State, like, you see McKenna making, like, probably making $750,000. Like, there's not guys at lower Division ones making anything close to that. So I think they're starting to get they're starting to be able to get the guys a little bit of money, but nothing crazy. There's just such a gap between the top schools and the bottom schools in Division I.
Oh, absolutely. Now, UAH here locally, I also work for them. And really the only NIL that they ever get is because we have websites set up where you can buy the player merch. So, like, instead of just buying, like, a generic UAH baseball jersey or basketball jersey, you can actually buy one with the player's number and name on the back. And that's how they get NIL money. So, like, when you go to games, there'll be sweatshirts with their names and stuff, and that is kind of doing the NIL there. But, D3, D2, we're not getting any of this. And when you said $750,000 at Penn State?
Yeah, I mean, that's a ELC in the NHL. Like, that's, you know what I mean? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking of the pecking order for Penn State. Like, where does hockey fall in the Penn State? Because, obviously football's number one.
It's got to be growing.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they're good.
I mean, they're making an investment. Like, they've paid a lot of kids this year to go down there. So, yeah.
Now, we only have a few more minutes left with this right here. Now it's kind of interesting because, again, you're talking about guys that have been in this, the investing part of this, because it does take a financial investment for a school to be able to grow their programs and things like that. From being guys that were just at colleges that are trying to grow this, what investments do need to be made when you aren't the tier one sport that everybody's kind of focusing on?
Facilities, I'd say, is a number one thing, 100%. Especially for colleges, recruiting wise and all that, getting guys to your program. You have to have, like, at least adequate facilities.
So is that what you guys, like, look for? When you say facilities, are you talking about better playing surfaces on the ice? Are you talking about locker rooms? Like, what all comes into it that you're looking for?
Weight room, recovery stuff, kitchen, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much everything off the ice, like
everything that goes around a locker room, basically.
Right. See, and I'm curious about it from our standpoint, because, like, with baseball, I mean, they're investing in that. I mean, seriously, the only reason certain schools get that investment is if they have an alumni that wants to invest specifically into that sport. Like for, like with Ferris, it'd be, hey, I'm a former, Ferris State hockey player. Like the UAH program that was here, a lot of times the only reason why it continued to even stay afloat was because you had so many former players that were still donating to keep it that way. All right, so as we wrap up, we're going to have a last question that we have coming in from the chat tonight, because we've already talked Thanksgiving, didn't talk Halloween, we're too far removed, but Christmas is coming up. Favorite Christmas movie? This is how we're going to end tonight.
It's got to be Elf.
Elf?
Yeah,
I watched that
I
2
like
nights
Elf.
ago. I did.
Yeah, already?
Yeah,
Christmas already?
my daughter loves The Grinch,
Yeah.
and so when it was on Peacock, it just rolled right into Elf, and I was like, all right, well, we're going to watch this now.
Mine's
So-
probably Die Hard. Like my family,
God, I love you.
every Christmas
I
Eve,
mean,
we watch Die Hard
Listen,
together.
look at
so.
I think this is the biggest reaction we've gotten from this.
Yeah.
Is about Die Hard on it.
Yeah.
So Die Hard is that. So you say obviously is that the hill you'll die on? It's a Christmas movie.
Oh yeah, I'll die on that hill all day.
Okay.
Yeah. But my family, every Christmas Eve, we always get together, do a gift swap and everything, and that's the movie we watch every time. So.
See, I'm a person that says Batman Returns is a Christmas movie as well. I mean, the whole movie's centered around Christmas, so that's the reason why I always say that as well. So all right, final one, because you guys do have Looney Tunes night coming up this weekend, because so that's going to be happening on Sunday. The game on Friday is going to be the Havoc Fest and all that. But Looney Tunes, you're a little bit younger, so I'm curious. Did you guys watch Looney Tunes at all as a kid?
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
briefly
can name
remember.
one right now.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I was just gonna say. Hopefully you're not.
Is Donald
setting us
Duck
up.
one of them?
No, that's on. Well, you just lost
Yeah, I was
fans
gonna
after gaining
say,
a lot of fans. So there we go.
I got no clue.
No. That's the reason why I asked, because the Looney Tunes part, like that's the reason why they did Space Jam, is because in the 90s, kids were forgetting about Looney Tunes, and it got them back up into the public eye. So if it's not Looney Tunes, what cartoons did you guys grow up on?
Kim Possible. No,
I mean, I'm not arguing with you on it, because, again, I'm married to a redhead. There's a reason for that. I mean, come on. So,
Yeah, probably like Fairly Odd Parents or something. I don't know.
okay. See, I don't know what that is. So what is that?
Kid with fairy godparents.
Wait, he has fairy godparents?
Yeah.
What's the name of the show?
Fairly Odd Parents, I think.
Fairly. Okay, see, now I've got to look it up. I've never heard of
it's
this.
Fairy.
Is it
Fairy?
Fairy?
It might be Fairy Odd Parents.
Fairy Odd
Or
Parents?
Fairly, I don't know.
Oh, wait, no, I think I found it. Hold on. I'm pulling it up right there. Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh,
Is it an American? Oh, okay. I know what this is now that I look at the picture.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
like now I know. So Fairly Odd Parents. Okay, really, was it Kim Possible? And I'm not trying to make fun. Like, this is my jam now.
No, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Is Kim Possible?
Yeah.
Okay. See, again, I grew up on Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, and then we started getting into the other Disney shows, and Kim Possible was absolutely one of those. So, all right, we're going to wrap it up with these guys. Everybody on the chat is starting to hop in with their ones that they watched. Fairly Odd Parents is one that got mentioned just a second ago as well. Cosmo and Wanda were some of the ones. People are agreeing with you on the chat, by the way, about Die Hard being a Christmas movie. So just, yes, I agree with you on this one. Do you have a hill like that before we go? It's
No,
okay.
Off the top of my head, no.
Is it a Christmas movie? Look over at him like, dude, I don't want to cause a rift right here.
I don't know if we have time for this.
No, I mean, we do. I mean, we're in overtime. You guys are used to that after the last game. Yeah, we're in overtime now.
Yeah,
I told you,
shoot
we'll
out.
go 7:15, or we'll go an hour and 15. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
God, Ryder's just trying
I
to
don't
be
think he's
like,
gonna die on
I
it.
don't think he's going to die
I'm
on
not
it.
dying on it.
Yeah, you're not on the hill. All right. Well, that is the hill that we're going to die on, is the fact that we're going to be wrapping up the Havoc Hour tonight. Again, 4 games, homestand is what they still have left. As, yes, this weekend you have the game against Macon coming up on Friday is going to be the Havoc Fest game, where the first 1,000 fans get a beer stein. And then coming up on Looney Tunes night, there's going to be the first 1,000 fans getting a Marvin the Martian bobblehead as well. So that is how you can enjoy your Looney Tunes game that's coming up on Sunday. By the way, the Sunday puck drop is at 5 p.m., not 7 p.m. as well. So just letting you know, you want to get there just a little bit early. So, guys, I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you so much for all of it. And I still do have Kalamazoo questions. Do you think you could answer them even if you're not from there?
Yeah, I probably can.
Okay, seriously, do you know about the baseball stadium at Kalamazoo?
Yeah.
What is it? What's
The
it?
Growlers.
Let's see. Hold on. See,
know,
dang it. I was totally kidding, and I didn't know he was actually going to go with this. It is Himes Stadium or Himes Field? Himes Field. H-Y-A-M-E-S. Is that where they play there?
Yeah.
Do you know what it's known for?
No.
Dang it. It hosted the first 2 College World Series ever.
Oh, really?
Yes. And in fact,
unreal.
yeah, and in fact, in front of that, because again, researching, during the first College World Series in Kalamazoo, the first baseman for Yale was George H.W. Bush.
No way.
That's the only reason. That's really the reason I wanted to ask you the question to begin with. That's the only it is. All of that, just to throw out that little nugget on there. So you can see these guys on the ice coming up on Friday and Sunday. Guys, absolutely appreciate it. Ben, thank you so much. Terry, love you, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem at all. Hope the hand gets better. Is that like a permanent thing, or is that just?
No.
Okay, just double check.
Just a bruise.
Don't worry about it. If he's saying it snows, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, have a good night, everybody. Thank you all so much for hopping on, and let's see if we can, just get this little trend going, because I know there's a lot of Havoc fans that love this song. And so we're going to wrap up every single Havoc Hour with this one right here. This also means good things when you guys hear it as well. So next Tuesday night, back here, 6 o'clock, inside of Zambrewski's. Sorry if you missed the $1 off that ended 4 minutes ago, but we'll see you next week on the Havoc Hour. Thank you, guys.